Hi, I'm Attorney General Martha Coakley. Thank you for turning in to our first episode of AGTV On the Record with Martha Coakley, coming to you from the Suffolk University studio in downtown Boston. Our goal on this show is to provide you with information and resources on a variety of important issues that affect residents throughout Massachusetts. I also hope that the show will give you a glimpse into our office and the work that we do every day on behalf of the Commonwealth to protect consumers and to keep our communities safe. Today, we're going to talk about cybersecurity and how you can stay safe. This is an issue that's on everyone's mind as we use email and the internet to communicate, to make purchases, and to do business. While modern technology makes our lives easier in many ways, there also are risks and dangers online that everyone who uses a computer should learn how to avoid. My guests today are all experts in this topic. Joining me are Assistant Attorney General Tom Ralph, who serves as the chief of my cybercrime division. Tom is an experienced prosecutor who leads our office's work to both prevent and prosecute cybercrime. Dave Papagiris, the director of our officer's computer forensic lab. Dave joined our office after a long career as a police officer and is widely regarded as one of the leading computer forensic investigators in the state. And we are very lucky to have with us today Special Agent John McKinnon of ICE, the Federal Immigrations and Customs Service, part of the Department of Homeland Security. John runs the ICE cybercrime program in New England. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's start by talking about one common online scam that just about anyone who uses email has probably been exposed to, the phishing scam. And Tom, I'm going to ask you if you can first explain to viewers exactly what phishing is. And that's phishing with a PH, right?
That's right, PH. Phishing is really a fairly simple idea. What it is that somebody sends you an email or other communication pretending to be someone that you trust in an attempt to get personal information from you. One of the more common phishing schemes that we see are phishing schemes that pretend to be banks sending out emails to you trying to get you to enter into your password or account number or other information like that.
And Dave, when someone gets a phishing email, such as the kind Tom has just described, what's the best thing to do? Just delete it, report it?
They should delete it and not respond to it. And the thing that they should remember is that no financial institution will ever call you on the phone or send you an email asking for personal information. So if you do receive one, most likely it is a phishing scheme. And they should just delete it and not respond to it. But they may want to call their local branch of the bank and just ask them if they're aware that they're receiving these emails, so the bank can notify their security department to start looking into those.
And what if the person has actually given out information over the phone or think they've been victimized by a phishing scam? What are some of the things they should do?
If they've actually noticed it on their credit card or anything like they've lost some money, they should report it to their local police immediately. Cancel the credit card and also notify the 3 reporting agencies, the credit reporting agencies, that they're victims of identity fraud and they should have their records marked so that no credit is given out in their names. But the best thing is just knowing that no financial institution, no PayPal, anything like that is going to ever ask for personal information from you.
And John, what are some of the ways in which people get hold of the emails and use the system to do these phishing scams?
A lot of criminals, especially organized criminals, will try to obtain lists of email addresses. They may try to do dictionary attacks on domains, .coms, .orgs, .nets. Email address lists can be stolen. There's a lot of organized crime groups around the country and especially around the world that are constantly, on a daily basis, trying to obtain identities, online identities, and trap people online.
And it's one of the reasons to report it, of course, is that it helps us in law enforcement stay ahead of what the current scam is or what the most recent scam is so that people can know and we can warn people. What are some of the telltale signs? And Tom, I'll ask you this. If someone gets an email, what should they look for to see if it's fraudulent or not?
Again, a lot of this stuff is just common sense stuff. What you don't want to do is you don't want to give out personal identifying information to anyone. So if you get an email from someone that you don't know, you should be suspicious of it. And even if you get an email from someone that you do know, you should never give out personally identifying information. Any email or other type of communication that requests that type of information, you should be immediately suspicious of. Also, you want to use your common sense in terms of asking yourself whether something is too good to be true. If you get an email from someone promising you 10% of $1 million if you'll cash a check, or offering to give you $1 million if you will help bail them out of jail in London, or any number of these schemes that just on their face sound crazy but sort of good, chances are they're more crazy than good.
And so, as you said, common sense still prevails. Don't do anything online that you wouldn't do through the mail or meeting up with a stranger in terms of these transactions. And so it's important for people to use their common sense on that. It brings us to the next topic, though. It's one thing to be targeted one by one, but one of the ways these phishing scams work is by targeting hundreds of thousands of people to see if anybody bites. Is that fair to say?
That's
so.
right.
John, maybe you can tell us a little bit about your experience in the federal government with the use of what we call malware. Could you just explain what that is?
Malware, which is kind of like a takeoff on the word software, but mal being bad, is types of software programs that can surreptitiously end up on your computer. They can get there in many kind of ways. The convenience that is offered by using technology from the home comes with some risk, and so you have to, I think, take extra steps in using the electronic appliance, the computer. Many people use file sharing programs like LimeWire or the other Nutella clients, and that exposes the computer enthusiast to a wide array, a large vulnerability to have, unbeknownst to the user, this software to get downloaded into their computer. And then there's a number of bad things that can happen to the computer using experience.
And we know, again, that we have software, we have hardware, but this particular kind of programming through malware means that it's bad, so you don't want it on your computer. And what should individuals do? Because everybody who has a computer should be aware of this and take some protections. Dave, what's the best thing for someone to do to protect their computer from malware?
Yeah, the best way is to make sure that the operating system updates is on, so that your system can always be updated. If, say, for example, you're running a Windows system and there's a vulnerability and Microsoft finds out about that, they're going to make a patch for that. And if you have automatic updates turned on, it's going to update that to stop that vulnerability. So you should have your updates, your automatic updates on. You should also be running an antivirus program that is constantly updating itself. And you should run some type of a spyware or adware package to stop those pop-ups and different stuff. So just by keeping on top of that and doing maintenance on it, you're staying ahead of the game of becoming a victim of maybe some malicious software.
And people have to understand computers, like other things, need updating and regular maintenance. And I think you mentioned at one stage, Dave, when we were talking, that pop-ups are one indication that there may be something really literally infecting your computer.
Right. Yeah, malware, malicious ware, kind of covers, like John was saying, covers everything from viruses that we hear about, Trojan viruses, and adware and spyware. And some of the signs is, if you're surfing on the internet, you're seeing a lot of pop-ups. That's telling you that there's something there causing those pop-ups, such as a spyware program. And if your computer automatically starts running a lot slower and it seems like a lot sluggisher, it could possibly be a virus. So it's very important to keep those three things updated, and you should be pretty well set to go.